While in Zagreb, Croatia were looking to keep up the pace in Group A and needed to match the Belgians point for point. Igor Stimic's team could achieve that with a home victory over Gordon Strachan's struggling Scotland side, who were looking to restore some national pride after a difficult campaign. Commentary on this one comes from Roger Tate.
Tireless in their midfield closing down, really put in a shift in this important first stage of the game. This is Maloney barging his way through, and Snodgrass and Scotland have got the lead. Unbelievable, nobody gave them a prayer. Maloney, his industry, set it up, and Cerner tried to deal with it, and it fell for Snodgrass. Great finish. Real bravery and commitment. He got a little bit of luck with the way the ball fell, but Snodgrass so sharp. What a shot for Croatia this is. And all Scotland's effort has got a big reward. And Strachan very restrained. Rakitic out wide. Cerner, the fullback, pushing on again. And Rakitic, well, by Croatian standards, that constitutes a chance. And having such a trouble just hitting the target. Got in front of his man, and that wasn't enough. Couldn't direct it to trouble the keeper. Croatia, so much pressure. Samir trying to set something up. Good turn, blazed well over though by Olic. A rare opening for Croatia, who found it so hard to actually get through the Scottish rear guard. But that was way off target again. Stimac is having a really frustrating night. And again, they pile into those midfield tackles, but the turnover for Croatia, they've got men spare out wide. And that's a great saving clearance there from Russell Martin. That was a good bit of possession and brave work by the central defender. And still Croatia push, and still Scotland trying to tackle everything. Samir again trying to engineer an opening, and that shot rattled in by Rakitic, but again he doesn't work the keeper. McGregor has hardly had to produce a direct save. And again it's Cerner right up, supporting the forwards. Olic twisting and turning, trying to shake off the close marking and the pressing and the closing down, which has been at the hallmark of this effort. Hit with venom, but again it's off the mark. Olic and McGregor will take that all night. Samir pushing forward. Eduardo, the substitute. Eduardo looking to get on the end of it as well. And that was the chance, and it was Mandzukic who couldn't get on the end of it. That is surely the best opening they've had, and the man of the season, Mandzukic, couldn't finish it. Real desperation now. Croatia looking to try to get automatic qualification, and Eduardo heads it straight at the keeper again. At least it was on target. They just cannot pierce this Scottish resistance. Cerner's cross, Eduardo and McGregor, and Scotland stand firm. Without a win in this group so far, Scotland, this will be a famous night, and another woeful effort by Kovacic. And Scotland doing their best to see this one through. Now, Scottish resistance has paid off. An amazing result. No one saw this one coming, and it's thrown Group A into turmoil. A great night for Gordon Strachan and Scotland. Disaster for Stimac. The boos ring out, but the Scots are dancing. They've got a famous victory, 1-0. Volkov's the hero, and his goal makes all the difference.
Incredible scoreline. Scotland beating Croatia by a goal to nil. Belgium beating Serbia, as we know. It means that Belgium, who have still got to travel to Croatia incidentally, are 3 points clear at the top. Serbia sit in third.
By 2 points. Further pressure on nearest rivals England if they could defeat Ukraine in Podgorica. Or could they edge closer to a first ever qualification, or could Ukraine get themselves back into group contention? Commentary comes from Dan O'Hagan.
Here's Timoshuk. Into the feet here of Yarmolenko. Now what's happened here off the ball? There's a challenge on Fedetsky first of all now. What action is going to be taken here by the referee from Germany, Manuel Grafa? There'll be a yellow card here for the left winger Vladimir Volkov for that challenge there on Artem Fedetsky. Should be cleared away here now by Zveretic, and now the break led by Jovetic. On now to the onside, Mirko Vucinic. What a chance, Vucinic! Oh, of all the players! You'd have backed him, wouldn't you? But it goes wide and not in, and this is a massive let-off for Ukraine. Mirko Vucinic wide. In by Fedetsky. This now is Yarmolenko. In towards Zozulia, and Yarmolenko! Off the post and away. Great combination there between Roman Zozulia and Andriy Yarmolenko. There's two very highly thought-of young attackers for Ukraine, and here Yarmolenko gets the better of the goalkeeper but not of the post. Really good move against the post and away to relative safety. By far Ukraine's best chance so far this. Oli Husiev throws in, combines with Konoplyanka. Husiev again, Husiev then is caught, fouled. Yellow card here for Savo Pavicevic. And he will miss the game now, away to Poland in September. Looked a fairly clear-cut push here on Oli Husiev. Clear yellow card. Now off the ball here, what's happened? An arm, I think, may have been thrown. Referee has seen something here. Now, it was Zozulia for Ukraine. Red card, he's off. On Vladimir Bozovic, straight red card. An arm may be thrown back towards the face. Not there. A bit later on here, let's just look what happens. There's a kick, and then in response, that. Zozulia off. Ukraine down to 10. Good turn here by Hamash. Now it's Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko still goes on, and the shot is parried away. Here's Denis Hamash. Hamash! And Ukraine's 10 men have taken the lead. Against the play, against the odds, against the post and in. Denis Hamash, with his first goal for Ukraine, has put Montenegro right on the back foot here. It's 1-0 for Ukraine. There's Ruslan Rotan. Now Yarmolenko again. Yarmolenko's ball in. Oh, it's towards that far post. Not the bend he was, I think, hoping for there from the impressive Yarmolenko. He's had a fine game so far, hasn't he? Curl, dip, bend. This is Volkov. Now Vucinic. And Volkov there has gone in very late. He's on a yellow card as well, don't forget. And 2 yellows equate to a red, and now it's 9 men. It's a red card here for Volkov, and it's 10 aside. This now is Pekovic, all charged down there by Edmar. On goes Rotan. Rotan hits the back really of Yarmolenko here. Yarmolenko goes on, Konoplyanka! And now there's clear daylight for Ukraine.
Montenegro 0, Ukraine.
And this result will get their World Cup campaign, which had stumbled so far, right back on track. And maybe now has condemned the Montenegrins to their first defeat of Group H. 2-0, Konoplyanka scores. Now Edmar. On now to Yarmolenko. Oh, a heavy challenge here now. And if that's Pavicevic, which it is, it'll be his second yellow card too. Oh, the Montenegrins here are imploding somewhat. Now they're down to 9 players. 9 plays 10 in Podgorica. It's on there by Konoplyanka. He's gone again here. This now is Fedetsky. His ball in. Oh, he scored. Artem Fedetsky, the fullback's first goal for Ukraine. It may well go down there for me as another mistake here by Mladen Bozovic in the Montenegrin goal, who simply misreads the intention here, doesn't he? Cross or shot, I'm not so sure either way it's gone in. And 3-0 now the score here for Ukraine. Montenegro are simply falling apart in Podgorica. Now Bezus on a mission, on a surge here. Roman Bezus. Oh, what a run! And what a way to score a stellar first international goal. Roman Bezus of Dynamo Kiev with a goal which had about it shades of Messi, no less. Just kept on running. What a way to score your first goal for your country. 4-0 for Ukraine here. Amazing.
Moldova versus Poland at the Zimbru Stadium in Chisinau. This is a Group H game and a big one for Poland, coming in 3rd place in the table, but they could move to within a point of second-placed England with a victory. And it all started extremely promisingly for Waldene Fornalik side. They were ahead inside 7 minutes. Robert Lewandowski with the ball through to Jakub Lakowski, and the two Borussia Dortmund players combining perfectly to put Poland in front. Zakowski's 13th international goal. 20 minutes in, and a half-decent chance for Poland to double their advantage. Shot though quite have enough power to trouble the goalkeeper. And 35 minutes in, Poland paid the penalty for missing their opportunities. Alexander Anchunuk and Vitaly Borodin both involved in the move that climaxed with Sidorenko scoring his first international goal. Man who plays his club football unfashionably really in Israel, but this was a very calm finish. Poland all at sea defensively. And just a couple of minutes later, a shot from Bordien troubled Artur Boric in the Polish goal. Defender just got to the rebound before the on-rushing striker. Into the second half, it had got a little bit foggy, as you can see, and that was a chance for Peter Zielinski, who shot over from pretty close in, on as a sub. Zielinski, the Udinese midfielder, just his second cap. One final chance for the Poles, but they had to settle for a draw. 1-1, the final score. So confirmation of the Group H results. Moldova and Poland share the spoils, and Ukraine with that thumping win against Montenegro. All in all, a good night for England without kicking a football. They will go top of the group if they win their next game. That, of course, not until September.
In Group B, Cesare Prandelli's Italy were looking to extend their advantage over the chasing Bulgarians, who were not in action tonight. However, the Azzurri faced a difficult trip to Prague to face the Czech Republic, who could reinvigorate their own qualification chances with a positive result. Here's our commentator, Gary Tapas.
Bashil over the ball. Good position this for the Czechs. Oh, Buffon makes the save. That was Šipok and Kadlec both in there. It'll come back out to Bashil again. And that shot ricochets through to Jiricek. Oh, good goalkeeping by Buffon. Corner taken short, Rosicky. Well, the Italians caught out by that set piece. Taken by Bashil and Rosicky. All alone, able to have a free shot at goal. No doubt that the Czechs are playing the better football in this first half. And Kozak testing Buffon. Well, he really got his laces behind this, the big number 9. First real chance he's had. Nicely played by Garida. Will it come all the way through to Kozak? Good goalkeeping again from Buffon. That's probably the pick of the saves. The cross from Mikhail Kadlec. Little touch from Kozak to get it out of his feet, and a good effort. Well, the referee didn't like either of those challenges. The first from Balotelli. Midway through the second half. And the yellow card is coming out here for Italy's number 9. Challenge on Mikhail Kadlec. Large in the back. By Marchisio towards Balotelli. That's a free kick. Oh, the referee's got the card out. It's a second yellow, and Balotelli is going to be sent off. 2 yellow cards in the space of just 4 minutes. And he can't believe it. Well, there didn't look to be an awful lot in that as he challenged Gebre Selassie. Tries to redesign the tunnel as well for good measure. Absolutely fuming. Oh, they've got 2 men over here! And Jiricek strikes the frame of the goal. Oh, what happened to the Italian defending there? Either one of these Czech players could have put it in. Jiricek got there first and struck the frame of the goal. What a chance. Beautiful set piece from Bashil, and they should have scored there. Best chance of the match. Just 90 seconds of stoppage time to go. Can the Czechs snatch a dramatic late winner? Oh, they want a free kick as Gebre Selassie goes over. Not a great clearance. It's Kolar! And he's wide. The substitute could have won the game there. Well, first they wanted a penalty. That was waved away, and Kolar fired it wide. And we're heading for a 0-0 draw here in Prague.
Into Group B for the game between Armenia and Malta, this in Yerevan, and it will turn out to be an historic night for Maltese football. Second bottom versus bottom maybe, but for Malta, who hadn't won a competitive match since way back in 2006, this was a magic moment. Perfect through ball to Michael Mufsud, the standout Maltese footballer of the last 20 years or so. His 37th international goal. He's only 4 shy now of 100 caps for his country. And how composed was this. The goalkeeper got a piece of his first effort, but Mifsud, ever alert, able to knock the rebound into an empty net. Malta ranked 156 in the world, 66 places below Armenia, and the home side pressed for an equaliser. The shot was from Marcus Pizzelli, and a decent save by Justin Haber. Pizzelli with 7 goals in his 27 appearances so far. From midfield, an excellent scoring record, forcing the keeper into action. And then just before half-time, an even better chance. Khalid Mkhitaryan with a close-range header that he really should have kept down and got on target. Only one previous international goal to his name. These two sides, in fact, coming in, had scored just 3 goals between them in 9 qualifying games. But the goalkeeper was required again to save from Ares Olhiz. 20 minutes from the end, but nothing could detract from a famous night for Maltese football. Remember, Malta had lost their first 5 qualifying games, managed just a single goal. They'll remember this for a long time. 1-0 winners in Yerevan. And that's how we stand in Group B. The other match, as you saw, finished goalless between the Czech Republic and Italy. It means Italy keep that 4-point cushion over Bulgaria, who didn't play this evening, and they're 5 points clear of the Czech Republic. Next fixtures here, September the 6th.
Well, a win over Belarus for Finland in Helsinki would mean Miksu Pantalainen's side would still be mathematically capable of catching both Spain and France. But it was the visitors who started the brighter of the two sides, looking to take the game to Finland. They've had a wretched qualification campaign themselves, but they certainly were prepared to get some players forwards and some Silla after just 32 minutes with this shot that's saved by Niki Menpa. Belarus came into this fixture off the back of 2 away friendly wins. They were the more ambitious in the first period. Stanislav Dragun with this header just wide. But 12 minutes after the restart, Finland took the lead. Roman Eremenko with a good play down the right, and Igor Shitov with a scuff shot into his own net. Veremko, no chance, unfortunately. Eremenko was onside as he raced through over on that right-hand side. And as he played the ball inside the penalty area, it was poor play by Shitov, and it was Finland who took the lead. That goal seemed to inspire the home side, with games in hand, of course, on the leaders. The win would put them back in with a shot of qualification. Timo Pukki to the fore in the second half. He had a great opportunity to make it 2. Terrific stop, though, by Veremko. Denying Pukki from close range, and then the Schalke striker went close again just a few moments later, this time from distance. His 25-yarder, though, was well saved. Finland were without Ajax defender Niklas Moisander through suspension. They looked a little shaky at the back as the game came to its close. Timofey Kalachev's effort, though, went wide as Belarus looked to restore parity. And then with time running out, Belarus were reduced to 10 men. A free kick from the visitors was cleared, but as Pavel Nekacek looked to beat Eremenko inside the penalty area, he went down under no challenge from the Finnish player, and the Bate midfielder was sent off for diving, but 13 minutes previously, Eli Hekmon, the Israeli official, deciding that it was simulation and therefore a second yellow and inevitably a red. Finland did create one final opportunity. It fell to Alexander Ring, but he was unable to find the target with his header. It was steered wide, but it didn't matter. Finland 1-0 winners on the night over Belarus. And that means that Spain, of course, and France didn't play, 11 and 10 points respectively, but Finland, if they beat Belarus in the reverse fixture and then when they take on Spain win again, they could draw level with the world champions. That's how it stands in Group.
In Group G, Bosnia have been pure entertainment to date, racking up 18 goals in 4 wins and a draw to currently lead the way from closest challengers Greece. Tonight the Bosnians travel for a rematch with Latvia, having already beaten the Baltic state 4-1 in this campaign. Commentary from Riga comes from Ian Beach.
Even in these early stages, Bosnia and Herzegovina forcing Latvia to defend so stoutly. It's Pjanic with a shot, beaten away by Vanyins. Dzeko gets there. Oh, how did that stay out? What a save by Vanyins. In fact, I think it might have been a double save. Pjanic with the original shot. Goalkeeper did well there. And Dzeko again forcing a save from Vanyins. Absolutely brilliant goalkeeping. Not just once, but twice. Pjanic passing it forwards. Oh, Furtovs, that looked nasty. Furtovs with a challenge on Rahimic. Right on the knee for the Bosnia-Herzegovina man. It was a clumsy... Oh, goodness. Really mistimed by Furtovs. And it's a red card, a straight red card for the Latvia man. It was a dangerous challenge. Latvia will play with 10 men. Lulic, he's seen so much of the ball on this left-hand side. Dzeko with the shot, high and over the bar. But it's great movement for Bosnia and Herzegovina, pulling the Latvia players out of position. Pjanic with the free kick, and Vanyins pushes it away. Once again, the goalkeeper denying Pjanic. But it's wave after wave of attack from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Saljovic. This is Lulic. Oh, he's done really well. And this is Pjanic. Surely this time. Oh, goodness me. Miralem Pjanic. So close to opening the scoring. Great work by Lulic. Great vision to spot Pjanic as well. Couldn't quite find the target. Lulic. Decided against the cross. And Dzeko, there's no flag. Surely this time. Oh, again. Bosnia and Herzegovina fail to break the deadlock. And this time it's the man they can normally rely on, Edin Dzeko. Medunjanin, and here's Dzeko. It's off the post. Still there's no way past Vanyins. Ibišević does well. Mujsa. And now Pjanic again. And a chance for Lulic. Oh, Vanyins scrambles it away again. Bosnia and Herzegovina denied once more. Wave after wave of attack. Pjanic wouldn't quite sit for him that time. Look how many players are back in the penalty area for Latvia now. Mujsa, it's loose, Lulic is there, and it's in. The deadlock is broken. It's Senad Lulic with his first ever international goal. And just how important might that one be? Opening the scoring, and maybe now the floodgates will open, because Bosnia and Herzegovina have been pushing and pushing for a goal. Mujsa with some space to attack, holding it up nicely. Medunjanin spreading the play as well. Lulic for Ibišević, and it's there, it's 2-0. The 10 men of Latvia stood stock still as this one was swept across by Lulic. And Ibišević beat them all to the loose one. 6 goals in 6 qualifiers now for Bosnia and Herzegovina's number 9. And it's 2-0. Dzeko, always finding space. Medunjanin. Oh! What a goal that is! Absolutely fantastic from Haris Medunjanin. The Latvia defenders, maybe they're tiring, but they stood off and they allowed him the room to size it up. And that was an awful mistake, because Medunjanin can destroy them from there. 3-0. Pjanic forcing it out wide. This is Vishka. Fresh legs, and he's making good use of them as well. Dzeko, no, it's Pjanic, and it's 4 now. Susic leads the applause. It was a wonderful piece of teamwork. Good work by Vishka to pull it back, and then Dzeko was unselfish. Saw that Pjanic was running onto it, and he drove it home. That's 3 goals in this campaign now for Miralem Pjanic, and his second against Latvia. Good challenge by Stefanovic, and there are gaps opening up now. This is Dzeko. He hasn't got one yet, but he makes it 5. It's goal after goal for Edin Dzeko in this qualifying campaign. No wonder they are ruling Group G. And just like Ibisevic and Pjanic, it's 3 goals in 3 qualifiers in a row for Dzeko. He's scored against Lithuania, Greece, and now Latvia. And Bosnia and Herzegovina are going to take all 3 points.
Group G action from Vilnius, the game between Lithuania and Greece. Greece knew that Bosnia had had that big win in Riga, so they needed a victory of their own to keep the pressure up, and they dominated early on. The Lithuania fans were hanging on, rather. Lithuania, this was only their second home game of the campaign. They were playing for pride already, and that wasn't enough after 20 minutes when they fell behind. Jose Holebas with a lovely cross to the far post, met by Lazaros Christodolopoulos, and the Bologna player scored his first international goal, his first competitive start, his 10th cap, but his first appearance for his country for 2 years, and he marked it in style with that goal. A lovely header at the far post, unchallenged it has to be said, but picked out beautifully by Holebas, and Zubas with no chance. Well, that kind of set the trend, really. Lithuania did have their moments. They usually had to shoot from distance. Mario Stankovičius with a free kick over the bar. They've struggled for goals. When the sides met in Piraeus last year, Greece had a comfortable win, and they look to add to their tally into the second half. Gekas with the header, well saved by Zubas this time. The delivery from Karagounis this time. Greece full of the regular old stages, if you like, some very experienced players in this Greek side, and they know how to get through qualification, or at least put themselves in the frame. They'll need to keep winning if they're going to keep the pressure on the Bosnians in Group G. Vaskiewicz with a shot there for Lithuania that was saved comfortably enough by Orestis Karnisis, and the same player went looking again on the hour mark, but shot wide. Lithuania couldn't really ever mount enough of a challenge, and they don't score enough goals at this level to really put themselves in contention. But Greece never settled for what they had. They kept looking for more. Karagounis with the free kick to the far post. Ziolis, a substitute, met with a volley that was blocked by the defender. But it was a low-key encounter in truth in Vilnius. Greece had always done enough. Late on they did look to add to their tally, and Salpingidis couldn't really have gone much closer, hitting the crossbar with a bullet shot. But Greece had done enough with that 1 goal in the first half. Final score in Vilnius: Lithuania 0, Greece 1 in Group G. And that's how those results tonight affect the standings. Bosnia march on at the top after that 5-0 win in Riga. They now have 16 points. Greece maintain their challenge after their win in Vilnius. They're 3 points behind. Liechtenstein and Slovakia played out a 1-1 draw, and they're very much the also-rans in Group G.
Into Group E, Iceland taking on bottom club Slovenia, knowing a would see them go to the top of the table, if only for 24 hours, as Switzerland, the current table toppers, of course, play tomorrow. And it was Slovenia, with just 1 win from 5 in the section, who started the stronger. Just after the 10-minute mark, they took the lead. Milivoje Novakovic's flick played in Andres Kerman, the FC Groningen midfielder, with a brilliant finish. His 6th for his country. Delightful flick from Novakovic, and a stunning effort to put the outsiders in front. Iceland already lost at home to Switzerland in qualification. Struck back midway through the first half, though. Birkir Bjarnason, who scored against Albania last autumn in the World Cup qualifiers, levelling the scores with this header, just about squirming in at the near post. And the home side completed the turnaround 4 minutes later. Branko Ilic tripping Alfred Finnbogason inside the area. Yellow card awarded to Ilic as well. Certainly contact. It may well have started outside the box, but finished up inside. And it was the striker himself who was fouled for the spot kick that put Lars Lagerbäck side in front at 2-1. But the lead didn't last long. Slovenia, who'd lost 4 from 5 games in qualification, grabbed an equaliser from the spot themselves. Alan Gunnarsson fouling Kevin Campbell. Just a flick of the heels as Campbell went to ground. A discussion between player and referee, but it did not matter. Slovenia with an opportunity to make it 2-2. Walter Bursa stepped up and made no mistake. His first international goal since scoring for Slovenia in the World Cup finals back in 2010 against the USA. Easily done 2-2 and just half an hour on the clock. Second half brought fewer chances, but Slovenia incredibly did manage to score a third. Bojan Cesar with a 6th goal in his 7th appearance for his country from Bursa's corner, and suddenly the shock was on here. Slovenia belying their lowly finish in their section, and with just 5 minutes remaining, Slovenia grabbed a third. Reni Krin with the goal, a breakaway. The assist from Novakovic once more. He was terrific all night, and a smart finish from Krin to make it 4-2. Stunning result for Iceland, who really thought that they had the opportunity to put real pressure on Switzerland. However, they've been beaten at home again in the qualifiers. Slovenia with the first away success, competitive away success for almost 2 years. Full-time, Iceland 2, Slovenia 4. So, Group E, Albania 1, Norway 1 was a full-time score. Iceland 2, Slovenia 4, we know. It means that Switzerland remain in top spot. Albania with an opportunity lost, you feel. Likewise, Iceland, and it started to bunch up just in behind with Norway, Slovenia and Cyprus.
In Group F, Portugal versus Russia was perhaps the standout fixture of the evening. The 2018 hosts have been flawless to date with 4 wins from 4 and no goals conceded. But a trip to Lisbon to face a fired-up Portugal will be the biggest test to date for Fabio Capello's side. It was now or never for the Portuguese. Commentary from Lisbon comes from Trevor Harris.
Early chance here for Portugal to test out this Russian defence. Veloso with a free kick, and Postiga went in, and Postiga scores for Portugal inside 9 minutes. It's his sort of range, just inside the 6-yard box. His 26th international goal, and it could be a precious one for his country. Under real pressure, Hello Bento side coming in. It's made a really good start here, and Verena is down the right-hand side, and with plenty of chance to pick out a teammate. It was Cristiano Ronaldo, and that is so unlike him. Made a real hash of the shot. Just 3 goals behind Eusebio's 41 in total for Portugal. It's about the first attack Russia have had. Oh, Rui Patricio didn't really mean to do that. His goal's unguarded, and it's gone wide, fortunately for him. Glushakov, the substitute, unable to turn it on target, and Patricio will be extremely grateful for that. Just under 10 minutes to go until half-time. Here's Ronaldo, never afraid to try his luck from range. Really catch it with complete authority. Kinfayev always knew that was going wide. Well, the header was more up than out. Nodded back by Denisov. Nice pass and move football this from the Russians. Oh, now then, penalty appeal. It hit Contrao, I think, and the official says accidental. Kozakov almost demanding a spot kick be awarded. That would have been harsh, I think. Contrao didn't know much about that. Umberov with the corner, so good spell of pressure this from the Russians, and they won the first header as well, and it was rather an instinctive volley from Shirokov and some way off target, just about onside, but never really in control of that. Ramareles from Portugal, Moutinho out to Ronaldo. Oh, it rather opened up for him. It's not been at his best tonight, Portugal star man. Again, it wasn't really a crisp strike at goal. Plenty of time to shoot. They almost invited it, the Russians, and that's a dangerous policy. Once again, Rashford played themselves into trouble, rather. Ronaldo, half a chance here. Quite get the angle on the shot to beat Akinfeev. He's getting closer, though. This is more promising for the Russians, but wasn't much of an angle. Fairly comfortable save. Kurzakov always was going to struggle to beat Rui Patricio from that particular acute angle. Neto came across the cover. And amazingly, it's actually stayed in play. The crowd certainly didn't think so. Not lucky if Russia scored from this. Oh, what an attempt that was. Overhead from Bistrov. Instinctive. It's about the only thing he could do, and he wasn't very far away from scoring. Here's Moutinho. Teeing it up for the shot here, and he got the power. Not quite the direction. That was a decent attempt from Moutinho. Let's move to Monaco, of course. Courted by any number of clubs, the midfielder. Here's Nani. Much speculation that he would start tonight, but to settle for coming off the bench, and again an attempt from range from the Portuguese. Scored 13 goals for his country. Nani. Akinfeev had it covered, I think. While the lead is still one, there's always an ever-present danger. This is Bistrov. And Shulikov arriving, and he really should have done better. Pulled back perfectly, and it was a pretty tame effort, truth to tell. And if they could score again, Portugal, that would surely put the game to bed, and Ronaldo might, and that's an excellent save from Akinfeev. Had to get down quickly to his right to deny Cristiano Ronaldo.
In Baku, Azerbaijan hosted Luxembourg, two teams looking for their first win in the section, and Azerbaijan had the early chances. Vakov Yurodov's corner, in fact, glanced onto his own post by the Luxembourg defender Maurice de Ville. Well, Yavadov went even closer in the first half as his side hit the woodwork for the second time in the opening 25 minutes or so. Lovely turn in the box. Instinctive strike off the woodwork. Azerbaijan struggling for enough goals really in their campaign. They'd only scored 2 so far in picking up 3 draws. They thought they'd change that when young striker Rufat Davidazov had the ball in the net, but it was disallowed for offside. Thought he had his second international goal after scoring in a friendly against Qatar last week, but ruled out by the assistant's flag. And the frustration continued for Azerbaijan into the second half. They were creating all the chances. Skipper Rajat Zadigov drawing a fine save from Jonathan Joubert with that first-time effort. But in the end, the goal did come. It came inside the last 20 minutes. No more than Azerbaijan deserved. Pretty routine stuff when it came. Ruslan Abazhov with the header from Abdullayev's cross. And Azerbaijan thought at this stage that they were closing in on their first win in Group F. But the picture changed as we approached the final 10 minutes. Luxembourg, who've acquitted themselves well in this campaign. They pushed the Portuguese. They had a draw in Northern Ireland, and they got the equaliser, a first international goal for Bensi. Stefano Bensi with a fine strike. And after that, it was the visitors who looked the more likely to land their first win in the section, especially after Azerbaijan had a player sent off. Branimir Subasic, the substitute, sent off for a terrible challenge on Mario Much. But it finished 1 apiece in Baku. Not a great result for either side in Group F.
Crucial win for Portugal. You feel they are now top 2 points clear of Russia, but Russia do have 2 games in hand, as you can see. Israel very much in with a shout of qualification as well. You do feel it's any 2 from 3 in Group F. As for Group C, good win for Austria. Janko with the crucial goal. 2-1 over Sweden puts Austria right in the mix for qualification. Germany, who didn't play, remain top. Group D, no games tonight. The Netherlands were in friendly action, beating Indonesia by 3-0. The crucial game, when they start to play once more, sees Romania host Hungary.
So that's it for another World Cup highlight show. The qualification picture is getting clearer, and it's certainly looking bright for Belgium, now guaranteed at least a playoff spot after their win over Serbia. And for Bosnia, who are still on course for their first ever World Cup finals. But Montenegro have lost ground while Ukraine are back in the mix after an incredible result in Podgorica. Portugal have surprised Russia in Lisbon, and Scotland have restored some pride in Zagreb. Until next time on the road to Rio, it's goodbye.